everyone, and welcome to Mature Audiences Mayhem. My name is Glenn King. It is my great honor to bring you this podcast where we talk about other things that other podcasts either cannot or will not talk about. That is, things for mature audiences only. And today I have not one guest, but I have two very special guests. They are adult film stars. They are the great Natalia Starr and Dana Wolf.
Hey, we're gonna tag team this mic. Stop. Are you ready?
Hi guys, it's Natalia and Dana. We're just here to do this podcast. We're really excited.
We have some amazing news and we're super excited to get to know you guys.
There you go. So these two are roommates right here in Las Vegas. They are planning to do their own podcast, I'm excited to tell you, and we're going to talk to you about that and why you should listen to the podcast. But first, let's get to know them a little bit here. I want to start with Natalia, because I have had Natalia on my Playboy radio shows over the years. Just a really interesting background for Natalia. So let's get into it a little bit. There were many rumors about you in the industry, especially when you first came in. You and your whole family there.
You know, people hating. You got to keep them talking.
Yes,
just
let's
keep them interested.
Let's talk about those haters and those rumors and whatever. Okay, so first off, you grew up in Poland.
That's right, on a little farm. In a little, tiny town with, only, less than, 1,000 people. Got my little horse. Got my little pig. Got some cows.
Chickens.
Got some chickens. Picking some of my eggs, walking. I lived a pretty much simple life.
You know how to milk cows?
I tried, and that bitch hit me, so...
She milks a lot of other things.
No, but the thing is, nowadays, my family, they just have these, tit suckers, basically. It's like a machine that you hook up to the cow's titty, and it just milks them.
Okay.
We don't use hands anymore.
That's too bad, because I don't know. I think you might be the only porn star with these skills here that can actually milk cows and know what to do with pigs and all these other things that you.
This is like a weird thing, but if you're vegan, I'm sorry. Back in the day in Poland, I used to help my aunt make Polish sausages. Literally take the pig intestines and clean it out, and then you put the meat in it, and then you, hang it, and you, smoke it. But, yeah, I used to fill pigs' intestines with meat, which is, sorry, vegans again.
Okay,
terrible.
So
but
this comes in very handy in porn, I would think. Right? Great. Okay. So you moved here, though, pretty young, I think, to the United States?
I came here literally 20 years ago because I came in, technically 21. I came in 1999, but it was in December, right on the cusp. So it was basically in 2000, a new millennium. I came here.
Okay.
I pulled up. I changed.
That's right about the time I was getting into the porn industry. All right, let's skip up here, though. Here's the interesting part, is that you got into the industry with your sister, or your sister got in first, I think, and then you got in a little later.
The apple doesn't fall from the tree, Mm-hmm. We're both the same, kind of slutty, independent, fun. So I just, followed her footsteps, her slutty footsteps.
All right, but there's a story that's attached to this. Your sister is Natalia Starr.
That's correct.
And how did you two get into the industry?
Well, she shot a couple scenes in Miami, but prior to that, she was a New York socialite, going to the swingers clubs, fucking and sucking. And, the guys were like, oh, you're so beautiful, hyping her up. You should do porn. She's like, I could fucking suck and get paid on top of it? I'm already doing all this shit for free, so... It was some checks.
It was meant to be.
So she went to Miami. She shot for Reality Kings, some weird those very amateur pornos. I'm in high school, girl, and all the boys were fucking pulling up the porn in my school, and I was like, guys, that's not me. I'm never gonna do it. I was still in high school, thinking I'm gonna be a good girl, and yeah, as soon as I graduated, I was like, fuck that, I'm not getting a real job. I would just, technically porn is a real job, but not a real job as a 9 to 5, all boring, I have too much ADD, so I can't really focus on standing in one place for a long period of time. I just need to move around a lot. But, so yeah, she got into porn, she shot a couple scenes. I saw that she was doing good and wasn't all, skeety and, shit like it wasn't like a bad industry, because whenever I heard of it, I thought it would be like, you know.
Yeah, everybody's got this
Everyone
Boogie
thinks
Nights
it's like
impression of the
terrible.
porn industry. But Natasha told you it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, and you know, coming up from a different country like that, and then living in New York and being around so many different people, I don't know. I felt like it gave me more confidence. And
Okay.
I agree with that. It boosts your confidence for sure.
yeah, you have out of nowhere, you have millions of people like hyping you up, telling you you're the best. You're like, you have the best titties or the best ass. You just like get this ego, and you're like,
I think it's more about like knowing everyone wants to fuck you. Like
And
there's
how many
something
people
about
came?
the thing of like just having all of these guys all over the world like constantly wanting to fuck.
right now, a man just came to me.
Yeah,
And right
that's
now.
a really
And right
dope
now.
thought.
And right now.
Like, I
And
love
right now.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
I love when my
too.
fans message me and they're like, I just jerked off to this scene, like it was amazing, like thank you, I watch it every like, and that to me like makes me feel great because I'm creating something that people like and want to see. Like
You know,
even if
where-
it is my pussy, like it's something that
People are missing that part of their life, and we are here to help them. People, like a lot of people think I'm so bad against porn stars, but we're doing you guys a service. Like, we're making you guys happy. We're giving you the best pleasure ever created on earth, and the feeling, like orgasm feeling is the best emotion. Like, we are providing millions and millions of people this amazing feeling.
they have fantasies, and that's what is really exciting. Like people fantasizing.
We're doing God's work.
All right,
really.
so Natasha got you into the business, but you were swingers still, according to the rumors in the industry. The two of you and Sydney, who was Natasha's husband, or what exactly?
Ex-husband. Currently, we do not associate with ourselves with that person anymore. He was just kind of a bad influence, and so
But-
back in the day in New York, I used to go to a bunch of swingers parties, some gangbang parties, and just explore my sexuality, and that's what kind of got me like gave me that thirst, that urge, that like inner like quench. I need to get quenched. I need to get fucked. You know.
Yeah.
I was seeking a dick.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. I need to get fucked right now.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll edit
Of course,
this
just talking about myself.
out if this isn't okay to ask, but was there a relationship between you and Sydney also, or was it just Natasha and Sydney? Was it a swinger thing that was going on with everybody?
I was never in a platonic relationship with him and her. We were just brother-in-law and just like friends.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but
So we're clearing this up right now because you guys used to purposely just kind of not tell anybody, sort of let it hang out there, I think, to make everybody want to know more about you.
yeah, you know, we wanted to like be a little different. You
Yes.
know, have a little of zest and more sexual. Like, you know, like me and my sister did a couple scenes together too. Like we're like sharing your cock, so like very like weird.
Well, it's you know, there's no weirdness in our industry these
No,
days. I
everything is
guess
pretty normal.
everything has now become sort
norm.
of the norm. So,
Being normal is weird.
all right, let's
you
turn to.
You don't have sex? What? You're a virgin? What? No.
Well, I mean,
That's
to me, it's weird as a guy because when I got in the industry, there were rules about what you couldn't do, and all those rules are
done.
blown right
There's
by
no-
them.
What kind of rules?
Incest was against the rules.
and that's the biggest
Fisting
thing now.
was
Wow.
against the rules. Blood was against the rules. Anything that was
Pee,
remotely
pee,
non-consensual.
puke, right? I
Peeing. My lawyer told me in 2002, I said, I made this scene where the girl pees in a cup. We switched out the cup and had the guy drink lemonade. And he said, take that down. You can't, you're going to get obscenity charges for that.
Yeah, you can.
Couldn't even do that back then. Now, peeing is okay.
I think most of the websites that people post those things are out of the United States, so there's no like you can't really get sued.
Like tube sites.
Yeah,
that
all the
aren't,
tube
like,
sites are
yeah.
based out of Canada or
Yeah, but not the people are making brother-sister videos right
fucking-
here
or clips
down
out,
the
like,
street.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're not really brother and sister, but like, yeah, I mean, it is kind
It's
of
like a
fucked up
fetish,
that we put that out there of you know, I mean, but there's so many people that have those fantasies.
Well,
like,
that's what's fucked up.
Yeah.
Is like, why are those videos so popular?
Even mom,
It's
like, you know, a lot of the mom
Yes.
videos, those are like really popular. Like, why do you want to fuck your mom, weirdo? But if your mom is hot, I mean,
I've
No,
never personally
no.
been into that, but I know that, you know, creating it and putting that out there for people that are and that actually aren't hopefully not fucking their brothers or sisters, like, I feel like that is a good way to, like, stop that from happening because they're able to fantasize. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
I do.
Instead of brothers trying to fuck their sisters,
I believe
they
porn
watch
prevents
it.
rapes, for example, along those exact same lines, because these guys have an outlet.
I 100% agree with that. That is an important thing, and I think that for people to be able to fantasize and not do that in real life, I think
Yes.
it's much better for everyone involved.
There was a comedian named Bobby Slayton one time who said he was actually a comedian that used to do the porn awards back when we had comedians that were funny at the porn awards.
yeah, nowadays they're not that funny.
And he said porn is rumored to lead to violence. Porn does not lead to violence and rapes. Porn leads to masturbation, which then leads to naps. I mean, that's basically what
Yeah,
is
because
the reality.
men actually, the science speech from kind of ejaculating, you get super tired afterwards. Like, there's a million fucking little tiny fucking sperms coming out of you. Your body just naturally needs to rest. It's like
That's why guys masturbate to get to bed at night.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I masturbate to get to bed too.
it does help me sleep.
It does.
Speaking of Dana Wolf, who just talked about her masturbation habits, let's hear your origin story.
So, I was born in Chicago. My family decided to get away from the city and raise us away from the city. So we moved when I was 9 to a very small town in Wisconsin, about 1,600 people. I remember moving there just being hella nervous because, like, I was so used to, like, I wanted to be a city girl.
Yeah.
I loved living in the city, and then going from that to, like, this small town where the only thing there is a subway, like, I'm just, like, concerned about my life. I'm like, fuck, am I going to be able to, like, get out of here? Like, because once you go to a small town, most people never leave. That was my fear, because I always wanted to live in a big city. So, I grew up kind of lonely, no friends, really. Yeah, fuck it. Like, I mean, being a weird kid in school, like, it's normal. Most kids don't have their shit
They don't
figured-
fit in. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone's puberty.
I had a weird personality, and there was no one in my school anything like me. So,
What's an example of your weirdness?
I liked anime and like video games, and like all the girls were like doing their makeup, and I just like wasn't really into it. I was trying to get into it, and like I tried to befriend the girls in my class, and you know, learn how to be a girl, and like it actually like ended up being shitty because I remember this day at school, we're all sitting at the lunch table, and all these girls, this group of girls in my school, they all lost their virginities that weekend. They all, like, planned, they all were like, we're all gonna lose our virginities, like, they planned who they were gonna do it with, like, all, like, 5 of them, like, they lost them. So I was still sitting there, and I was the virgin, right? And they started making fun of me, saying, ha, you're still a virgin, like, that's so lame, like, you can't sit with us anymore. I'm like, oh my god, fuck, do I have to lose my virginity now? Like, shit. So, yeah, I lost my virginity, and then I come back, and I literally, like, lost it that next day. I was like, fuck it, I gotta go fast, like, I gotta find someone quick. So, it was this
So you were bullied into losing your virginity.
Yes,
Aw.
and then get this, I lost my virginity, and the girls called me a slut. They told everybody in the school that I was a slut.
So I don't do nothing for anyone. Do
Yeah.
it for yourself.
So, you know, after that, like, I got bullied to the fucking ground, dude. The guys were making fun of me, like, and then they still, like, kind of wanted to fuck me, but they would joke about it. They'd be like, like, we should all just, like, bang her. I'm like, okay, first of all, like, I just literally, like, lost my virginity. It's not a big deal. We're in high school. Like, get over it. Like, I'm 16. I can make my, like, kind of own decisions now, you know? And, so, yeah, after that, I was bullied, and I decided my senior year to, like, say fuck it, and I did online schooling, and I was just literally, like, doing online schooling really fast, and then I had a boutique job that I would go to try to, like, make some money so I can get the hell out of there. Like, that was my goal.
Yeah.
So I go to college in Madison. So I went to the tech school there, and I met a guy, and we fell deeply in love, and I thought that he was the one. I was like, I'm going to get married. Like, hell yeah, I'm going to get married. Like, he is about to graduate from UW-Madison. I was a freshman. And he graduates. I finished my first year. And then I decided to drop out and move to LA with him. Huge mistake. And moved to LA with this guy. And he promises me he's going to, like, be able to take care of us. Like, I can, you know, work on my modeling while he works. And, like, it's going to be this grand, like, fucking time. Wasn't. This man cheated on me in my childhood bed. And then I was like, fuck this guy. Like, I'm going to start doing my own shit. So I started camming, with this girlfriend of mine. And at the time she was a huge cam girl. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, maybe this is for me. Like, as soon as I did it the first time, I was so comfortable and like, I liked it.
What's your friend's name?
Her name was Minnie Mochi. She, kind of took me under her wing. She said, move to Phoenix with me, like, we can cam, leave your boyfriend. Like, it was just like, it was a good time.
Power.
Yeah, it was girl power. So she helped me through that hard time when I was struggling with money and all this stuff. And yeah, and then porn came along.
Childhood bed, you said. Yes. How is it that he cheated on you in your childhood bed? Was there childhood bed in
the new apartment? Yeah, we brought it from Wisconsin, so you hauled that bitch, and I told him to keep it after he fucked someone in it. I was like, you know what, keep the bed, like, keep that energy. I don't need that in my life, like, and. We were struggling, so I get it that, like, he was going through a hard time in our relationship. When you're financially struggling, that is the, like, number one reason for, like, cheating or, like, being, like, problems, like, financial issues.
I'm going to ask both of you about your first scene, but first I need to tell our listeners about our sponsor, Sex Panther. Okay, so let's talk about Sex Panther. So you, the listener, have been listening to this show for the last 15 or 20 minutes. You've gotten to know Dana, you've gotten to know Natalia, you've gotten to know so many great adult film stars by listening to the show, and you want to have a more intimate relationship with them. How do you do that? Sex Panther. Sex Panther allows you to be able to send a text or a sext, S-E-X-T, to your favorite adult star.
Wow.
Directly to our cell phones.
You can, directly to their cell phones. You can send them a dick picture. You know how they get mad at you for sending a dick picture on Twitter or Instagram? On Sex Panther, they love it. You send them a dick picture, they rate your dick.
We love dick pics.
Yeah, when you're paying for the dick picture.
Yeah, especially when...
Yeah, no, we don't like when you send them to our Twitter, like, because that's just, like, we're
really
not
nice.
expecting it. It just pops up. So, yeah, we want to be expecting it. We want to be ready for that,
I can keep it on my Spank Bank.
They can send you pictures. They can send you little video clips. They can talk to you on the phone. Even so, you can really get a relationship going. And some of the performers who have been on my show, for like Ginger Lynn, for example, Christy Canyon, they have a lot of people who don't even exchange sex pictures with them. They just get on there and say, "How's your life going today? What's it like?" And then you can actually have friends, real relationships with your favorite adult film star through Sex Panther.
That's really cool.
It's very cool. It's really the great way, and also you're supporting them. There's so much free porn out there, and so many of you make the mistake of telling a girl that, hey, I went and watched pirated versions of your scenes, and then they get mad at you. And they correct you. Yes, they teach you, no, bad. But because you're not supporting your favorite porn star, you're actually trying to help them go out of business when you do that. But when you're on Sex Panther with them, you're supporting your favorite star, and so it's a great way for you to really show that you're a real fan. And if you are one of the many performers who listen to the show who is not on Sex Panther yet, then shame on you. You are missing out on the opportunity to connect with your fans. So these two performers that are here with me today, we're going to get them signed up as quickly as possible.
And we're back.
And we're back. That's right. So let's talk about first days on set. We were just hearing Dana's story about how she got into the business. So what was your first booking that you got then?
So I flew out to Miami then when I started, and it was for a small company. I'm not going to name the company, and it was a very good scene. I remember my excitement. I remember just feeling like, I don't know, a princess. Like, it was a great first scene. So I fell in love with it automatically. I was like, wow, I love this. This is what I'm going to do. Like, it doesn't even feel like work to me. I'm just enjoying every second of it. And like, I had never felt that way with all of my other jobs. So I guess just falling in love and not looking back.
Was there a plot in this scene, or was
no,
it
was just
sex?
It was literally a company about girls' first scenes. Like, yeah. So
okay, gotcha.
All like brand new girls, and no script or anything. Just they oil you up, and then they're like, "Are you excited?" And you're like, "Yep." And like obviously like a little bit nervous because like it's your first time fucking in front of like a camera, like so. But I really enjoyed it. What about you?
My first scene was kind of like, I didn't really like it. It was kind of weird. But I was contracted with Brazzers my first year. So like I couldn't just be like back out after I already signed a contract, so I had to do 20 scenes, I think, with a contract. But so the only reason I didn't like the scenes because I wasn't really into my male talent. I just didn't find him attractive. He was older than me. He didn't really have like the attitude. Like he was just boring. And wasn't cheerleading. I was a cheerleader, so it was super cliche, you know, like just suck the guy's dick and blah blah blah. But that first scene wasn't something I liked. But my first girl scene, that was my first boy-girl scene. My first girl scene, I fell in love because it was with Brett Rossi. She was so fucking sexy. She had nice titties, was for twisties. So it was very glam and like powdered up and full glam makeup. Very pretty. So I like that one.
So to prepare for the podcast today, I had to go watch some of your scenes. You've become quite an actress. I watched a VR scene where you were a real estate agent.
Oh my god, whenever I actually have to act, I like go blank because I'm good at sex. I could fuck on camera no problem, but when I need to speak is when I go get a little like nervous, I guess. But I feel like now I'm getting better and better because I'm just getting more confidence in me. I'm more light and more I'm more sure about myself and about what I'm gonna say. I just always didn't want to sound stupid, and I was always like kind of like afraid of my accent. Like some words I don't say it right, but like that's a part that's me. That's like I can't change that, so I should just let it be. So if I say something wrong or like I mispronounce something, I don't really care anymore. Before I would just try to say everything over and over and over to try to say it right.
This is why we're going to turn you into a dom, because now you have the self-confidence to be a dominatrix, or I say dominatrix, but most of my videos don't really have dominatrixes. They just have girls in charge of men, using men for their own personal pleasure. But it does take attitude.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, is attitude. So you feel like you've developed that self-confidence to be able to do things like that.
Yeah, I feel like I'll be a great dom.
Goddess Natalia.
Like, you know, I want people to worship every inch of my body, so that'll be pretty fun.
There you go. Keep an eye out for meanbitches.com. I've been trying to get her to do this, and now we're going to get her to do this, where she will have a sex slave. Dana, what about you? Have you done a lot of... Well, first off, how long have you actually been in the business?
Since last April, so like 8 months? Around 8 months?
It's about to be
10 months. You are coming up on your anniversary.
Whoa, okay.
Congratulations.
I guess I felt like it was 8 months like a day ago. Okay. Yeah, I'm fairly new. Yeah, I'm going to continue to do it. Just obviously I'm taking a break right now.
But what kind of scenes have you done that were the most challenging? Have you done any acting yet?
See, the thing is, yes, I grew up in plays.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my outlet, too, as being a weird nerd kid. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go the whole, like, music theater route. So, yeah, I was in a few different plays, and I loved it. I got some lead roles and stuff. So I was like, hey, maybe I could be an actress, too. Like, that's why another reason I did porn is because, obviously, I'm practicing my acting, and that's one of actually my favorite parts of it, is the acting, the getting into character, like, fully evolving yourself into somebody else.
Changing,
yeah, being a different character every day. Like today you're a maid, tomorrow you're a stepsister. Like you just never know what's going to be next. So yeah, I definitely love the acting aspect of it.
And I noticed this past AVN, a lot of people who were winning were basically all like feature films about like actual acting.
Yeah, because those are the movies that take the most time and effort, and it's, you know, that I would love to do like a role like that one day, or even maybe be in a movie. Like,
yeah, you should.
Yeah,
you should be actress. Mm-hmm.
That's the way they've always judged these things. Is and that it kind of goes back in time to, at one point, if you made a video that had a plot, then you could potentially make a softcore version of it. So we producers used to film 2 different cameras, one of them where we would be sort of where you couldn't see the penetration, and then one of them where you could.
That's the best part.
And then, well, yeah, I mean, nowadays you would be shocked to see a movie that had no penetration, right?
Yeah.
But back then you could sell it
But
to
we still shoot
Cinemax, and there are companies that are still shooting softcore.
No, there's a lot of the times we do the sex and then we clean up and then we shoot the softcore. So then you're just, after you fucked and you got all that tension out, then you can just pretend to fuck, and that's the softcore aspect.
I feel like I'm better at pretending.
You have that too a lot, right? You do softcore after scenes? Yeah, that's
It's
very
interesting because they're probably just doing it out of habit, because there's not that many places to sell softcore anymore. You used to be able to
Hotel TV.
to get
But now Hotel TV gets porn.
Oh yeah,
Probably, right?
True.
right. I mean, everybody's got an iPad with them that's got the porn on it. So, but if there's still Hotel TV, I still make DVDs, and people ask me like, well, who watches them?
My question is, who the hell is watching this softcore shit? Because we're done.
Right.
We're done. Unless you come forward and tell us who you are.
Yes.
We need a petition.
Yeah.
We need names of people right now. Otherwise, we're going to stop making
Leave
this
a
shit. 'Cause
comment.
if you're not watching these things anymore, then what's the point?
Yeah.
And if you're not buying any DVDs, like, I don't even have a DVD player anymore, so I don't know who's buying these things, but I appreciate you guys that are out there still buying these things.
Sometimes my really big fans come over with DVDs. I don't even bring them feature dancing anymore. I'm like, there's no point. I don't like. But some people
Did
bring
you ever
it.
have to sign autographs?
Yeah, you sign after you dance. You sign the autographs. Usually, there's only a bunch of guys who just want to talk to you and get pictures with you.
I get these checks every month from Evil Angel for...
Yeah, Evil Angel still makes DVDs, but they make good DVDs. It's a part of their whole company. It's a part of their
Their brand.
Their brand. Yeah.
Yes, I was an Evil Angel director for 5 years, and it was a big part of my career. They got me in front of an audience of really intense fetish people, and to this day, I just was talking to John Stagliano at AVN, and he was saying people still ask about you all the time. So
Still relevant
at Evil Angel.
Still
although
jerking off.
I appreciate Elegant Angel, who currently distributes my DVDs. Appreciate
They
you,
have
love you
beautiful
guys.
films. I love they have a really good
it.
good look.
What's your worst day on set? Let's go to you, Natalia, who...
My worst day on set is when
Yeah.
you're there, you show up, I show up on time, and bitch, I was drunk the night before. I'm hungover. I'm over here.
Still on time, though.
I'm struggling
Good
to,
job.
get up and shower. I'm on time, and bitch, everyone else is late. The director, hour late. The photographer, hour late. The girl, 2 hours late. I'm here, just on the couch, I could have been sleeping right now. I could have had my breakfast.
Hey,
I could have,
high five for being on time still.
I could have
Good
had
job.
a massage, and I'm here waiting, and then guess what? They don't bring no food. They don't bring no snacks, no water, and then they expect me to have a great day and smile and fuck this girl or fuck this guy with all this energy, and then they cut every 2 seconds to change the lighting, and they don't let me get into it. As soon as I get into it with the girl or with the guy, we get in the...
Oh, I don't cut during my scenes. I try to go all the way through because I need to keep that momentum. I need to keep it going.
I hate when they
I want it to
stop
be
the
raw
momentum.
and real. My scenes, I'm not fake coming. I thoroughly try to put myself into it, even if I'm not attracted to the talent, which I usually am. This industry has a lot of good-looking people in it, so thankfully, I'm always just excited about the person as someone I've wanted to fuck, and I've seen their social media, and I'm like, oh my god, they're so hot. That's I think for me, I don't have any bad days on set. There's days where I'm tired, and obviously that goes with any job or any career. There's days where you just don't want to go to work, and that does happen. But usually once I'm there and I'm on set, it's always a good time. I mean, unless directors or talents are rude, which really rarely happens, then it's always a good day for me. I don't know.
Sometimes it's the sets that are the ones you would think have the highest budget and the most money that end up being the most stingy with stuff like
No
waters
chips, no
and
water.
chips and stuff. Isn't that
I'm I don't even
bizarre?
And then with model
models.
companies, they have a whole table full of
Yes.
fucking hors d'oeuvres, and they're like, "Here, would you like any?" And it doesn't matter the company or the brand or whoever it is. It just depends on whoever's on set and if they want to take care of the model and make her feel special and ask her if she needs anything. Which having that PA on set is really nice and helpful. So we're thankful for those people.
My sets are like that. So you both, I hope, will be on my sets at some point. But we take very good care. And it's a very small group. I mean, there's usually only the camera person, the 2 actors and actresses, and a PA. And that's it.
Also,
the makeup
when
artist.
the guy, when you're getting your photos taken, and the guy's just boring, he's not hyping you up. You need a photographer that's hyping you up, oh girl,
Yeah.
that's a hot picture. Oh, you look so sexy. Oh,
I always feel like my scenes or my pictures turn out better when they
bet.
give you that hype. Even if you're not killing it, they're like, oh my god, you're fucking killing it. Because, that puts that in your head. You're like, okay, maybe I am a bad bitch. Okay. Having those hype people on set.
Take that as a tip for all you guys that are listening to the show who want to be pornographers, which are a lot of guys who listen to the show. you want to try to make sure your model is appreciated while she's doing the pictures and the scene as well. By the way, the other tip I have for you photographers is be very careful that you don't stand there and take the same picture over and over again. The talent has a time limit in their heads of how many pictures you can take before
they're like, I'm like over. Like, do you need like 7 shots of this like one like pose? Like, because I know how I look on photos. Like, you don't need clicking. You
don't need to keep clicking. You need to get good quality shots. But you need to understand that your talent only has so many hours she can be on set before they burn out. And if you want their passion, what Dana just described is what every director wants. We want a girl who's passionate in the scene, which shows. Mm-hmm. And you don't get that if you make her show up at 8 a.m. when you don't need her until 10 a.m. and then you keep her...
Oh, I hate when they like have all the talent come at the same time, but like,
yes,
they're shooting more than one scene.
Yeah, the guy is supposed to be shooting at 7, like 5 p.m., but he got here at 10, so he's already tired. So like, we all have a life. We all do stuff outside of your set, guys. Hey, I want to do my own thing. I'm not here to be on all day on set for you to do nothing. Like,
time is very
when
valuable.
The directors, like, they don't plan it right. Like, they only have, like, we're done shooting a scene, girl scene, and I have to do one tiny little line at the end, but she has another scene. So they have her do the full scene and have me wait, like, 4 or 5 hours just to do one little clip. How about you guys have a better organizing and have all the clips done first? I'm like, do you guys need an ADD girl to fucking put your shit on check? Get your building point, you get your, like, all the time slots filled in so everyone's time is not wasted, and I don't have, or especially I hate when the guy, like, we just did a scene and I still have to do my pretty girls and they have just one tiny line for him and he has to wait all this time. I'm like, this guy could be going to the gym, he could be doing all this stuff, but he has to wait for us to be done.
I told your agent about 10 years ago, here's the solution to that problem. You make the rates for 8. So you say, a girl, she's going to get paid X amount of dollars to do a boy-girl scene. That rate is for 8 hours. If you go beyond 8 hours, we're charging you by the hour from that point on. And he said, well, they're not going to pay that. And I said, they will never have to pay it because they'll never keep a girl past 8 hours if you tell them they have to pay more.
Yeah.
They'll stop having 4 girls show up for makeup at the same time when only have one makeup artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They'll figure out how to get it done in 8. Okay, well, we're going to talk about...
I could complain all day.
I got a lot of passionate stuff about that. I mean, we could talk about the fact that porn performers should have a minimum set of requirements before you step on a set. You guys should band together and you sort of have a union, but that union should be telling people on your behalf that my talent is not stepping on a set unless there's water, douches...
necessities. Bare necessities. Let me tell you, okay, we have to come with the outfits most of the time, and we have to have money on our hair, nails, tests,
shaving.
Okay, we're doing a lot. The least you can do is have a few things for us on set, and most of the time they do. Sometimes they don't, and I think just having that not be a surprise.
Do better.
Yeah. Yes, and not having us have to come with a huge fucking suitcase and a
random
Uber.
I hate when they tell you to bring literally everything in your closet. They tell you to bring outfit for the rain, the snow, the summertime, some bathing suits. I'm like, can you just figure out?
Long dresses, short dresses, mini skirts. Like, I swear to you.
I got to empty out my whole closet. My poor assistant has to put it back and he complains. He's like, why do you have so much clothes? Why do you need all this shit? I'm like, I don't know. These people don't know what they want. They need I mean, I know it's because some girls don't bring anything, but for us, girls who are prepared and take our job seriously, please don't have a whole list of everything.
If we know the script before we show up, we can pretty much gauge, like, what we should bring. Like, I'm going to say, like, okay.
And then usually they choose the thing I'm wearing.
Like, I'm a hot wife that's cuckolding, right? Okay, I'm probably going to bring, like, a lingerie set, couple pairs of heels, and, like, a few dresses, and maybe,
outfit
like...
that you would wear to the club when you're seducing other men to fuck in front of your cuckold.
Yeah, 100%. So we don't need to bring a whole parka. Like, we're good. Like, I'm just kidding. But no, I really agree that there are companies that should do better. But, we're a growing industry, so I think people... will catch on, and it'll all be more
catch on.
Flowing.
They've been at this for like 50 years, and that hasn't improved very much. So I don't. But again, what'll happen at some point is enough talent. Well, now that the power has shifted and the talents don't have to take scenes anymore because they're making so much money from their own content, you all can start saying to your agent, let them know that I'm not coming on set if I don't have the following things. And I think that will start changing. But we got to move on here because I want to keep going. But first, I got to do an unpaid advertisement for my friend RVD. So this is not a paid ad but last night I had my hip bursitis flare up, and my friend RVD, the famous wrestler, had given me some of his RVD CBD cream.
Ooh, I love CBD.
So this stuff is amazing. I have tried CBD creams in the past that are sort of like hand lotion. I mean, you just sort of rub it on.
Cools you off.
This does that. This is like putting on Tiger Balm and CBD all at once. It's like ice. All of a sudden, my hip was burning, and then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, it's like, hey, I feel great.
Question: can I bathe in it?
No.
I don't know.
Can I fill a bathtub with it?
I don't think it could go inside your hole.
True. But like, I'm just saying,
you can dip your feet in it.
I have fucking scoliosis, so I'm always in pain, constantly like cracking my neck. So yeah, that sounds really good for the back of my neck. Like I would just.
You need to go to rvdcbd.com
doing it right now.
And see what products they have because they are. I mean, RVD, Rob Van Dam, is one of the most famous wrestlers in the history of the business. He has taken so many different injuries and bumps and scrapes and concussions. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. I watched him do his pre-wrestling routine a couple weeks ago when Impact Wrestling was in town, and I got to go backstage. And just watching him get it together before the match is amazing to see. But yeah, go to rvdcbd.com. Everybody go to rvdcbd.com. Again, I'm just talking about stuff that Rob gave me for free. I'm going to try to get some for you girls, too, to try out. But
this is an honest promo. Like, he's like, this should help me, so go buy it if you're smart and you want to feel better. If you have fucking problems, which all of us have problems. Most of us are hurting somewhere on our bodies that,
every day of my life.
That's right. Honest promo, guys. So I do get paid to do most of my promos, or all my promos usually, although I only take on products that I believe in. But RVD CBD really worked for me. Okay, so we're going to talk about their podcast now. I'm so excited because we're just in your conceptual phases. They hadn't even decided whether or not they wanted to tell people when they got here. I said, go ahead and tell people, get people excited because these are articulate talents. What is your podcast going to be about?
Okay, so first of all, welcome, and I hope you guys enjoy our podcast. Ours is going to be called Soul Sluts. Notice how I changed my voice into my sexy, sultry voice. I don't know, it's going to be two chicks, one mic, just us talking shit, two dumb girls trying to start a podcast, us venting, us telling you guys what we want in sex and bed, teaching you guys what to do. Just in general, just like all like a lifestyle show.
In story times of our crazy lives, we live together, so we are just always together doing like fun stuff. We like to just live life and have experiences. So like this is just gonna be like us raw talking about like the shit that happens in our lives and
our slutty adventures.
Yeah.
Can I get advice about how to please a woman on your podcast?
Yes, you can. We're going to talk about, how to eat a girl correctly because, I mean, there's even guys in porn sometimes that don't know how to eat pussy. So we just think
guys in porn?
Yes.
A lot of guys in porn.
We were thinking of...
But conversely, a lot of girls don't know how to give a hand job properly either. So
we were actually going to start do a course, like a master class.
Yes.
We're going to make a master class on how to eat pussy, how to fuck, how to do simple things that some guys that don't know how to do that you could just purchase separately, get these little classes, and we're just gonna dive deep and let you guys know exactly what part is feeling good and what part doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm. So you'll actually have guys there eating you out, or
we will make it like educational, like a little class, and well, she's gonna eat my pussy. I mean, she can just do it.
I had her ass like a week ago, but just like pretty much for fun and OnlyFans stuff. But so our whole idea as well is we're gonna bring some of your favorite stars on the show, obviously. And we are going to be video recording it as well. So we're gonna have a lot of it, hopefully posted on YouTube if it doesn't get demonetized. But yeah, we are going to also fuck whoever we bring on after and put it on our OnlyFans.
Okay, great.
So we got some hoes in this house, and we're about to meet some of them hoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited. We're just
we
gonna
also-
fuck whoever we want to fuck. We'll be like directives. We're like, okay, we want this girl. We want to fuck her. We want to fuck this guy. Like, it's just gonna be like, I don't know, some slutty time for us, and that's what we are. So.
Yeah, we just want to spread the love. We also are very into our spirituality. We're into crystals and sage and just positive energy. So we just want to spread out some love and
It's healed me.
change the vision of people thinking about porn girls and just. We want to show you guys that we're pretty fucking cool, that you don't have to just jerk off to us, you can listen to us and then jerk off after.
And who are your spiritual influences?
Gandhi.
Okay.
She got me into all the spirituality stuff.
Okay.
She's got me into crystals.
Yeah.
She's got me into meditation. And I swear it's heals my depression.
And where did you learn these things, Natalia? Not from Gandhi.
I went to Bali.
Okay.
Hair flip. I went twice and I really, really fell in love with it. I met this spiritual healer. She's from Indonesia. Her dad was a healer. Her dad's dad was a healer. So she came from generations of healing, and she taught me about my chakras and how everything's supposed to be in line. If you're doing right by your soul and doing right by yourself, then all your chakras are going to be aligned. I'm still getting into it.
We love yoga. We just love everything that helps us heal.
Yeah, we have to know that our brain, it always goes, and we have to learn how to stop it. And there's a lot of hate going on the internet, on Twitter. There was a lot of really negative things that happened a couple years ago that really hurt me, and I feel like I want girls to have an outlet to hear us talk, or even come on the show if they need some help, any advice. I want to be like a little mom for all the younger girls in the industry. If they really need something, they could come to me or us in general if they have any questions. We just want to steer girls into the right direction. I feel like we're really excited.
Girls are sluts, and they're just quiet sluts, and that's okay. But we want them to be able to listen to our show and be like, oh yeah, I did that while sucking a dick last week. You know what I mean? We want people to relate to us, and we feel that we are very relatable girls, even though we are porn stars. That doesn't make us not relatable. We're just normal girls, and we want to show people that.
Well, look, a lot of girls in our industry don't know how to deal with mental health issues. I'm a huge follower of the Dalai Lama. I've read a number of his books. They mostly talk about how to increase your set level of happiness. What are the things that you can do? It's gratitude. That's number one on the list, is starting every day with your gratitude list.
Be grateful for having a meal. Be grateful for having a roof over your head. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people that don't, and they're much happier than we are, because they're they take everything with a grain of salt. They're happy when they get that free meal. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be more like that and more grateful for everything that happens to us.
And you have to learn how to frame everything in a positive way. If somebody cuts you off in traffic, that's not going to let you get upset. In fact, you're going to turn it around and say, I think maybe I just helped that guy get to the hospital on time. Maybe that guy was late for a meeting, late for the hospital, whatever, and I just did something by backing off and letting him in there that enabled him to have a happier, more positive day.
We're just such beautiful, happy souls. As soon as we walk into a room, we have this radiance and this joy and this people are attracted to us. We're both fire signs, so people gravitate to us because they see us having a good time. Everywhere I go, I'm always a ray of sunshine. I'm putting out good, positive attitude.
People are surprised how nice we are.
Yeah.
People meet us and they're like, "Holy shit! You guys are real, honestly nice girls." And people are used to girls being pretty and being bitches.
Well, you got mean bitches right here. But we could be
Meanbitches.com is my website. My trademark
we can
phrase,
be mean.
So, yeah, good.
We can turn it on and off, but we like to have positivity.
And just everywhere we go, we just try to make people happy and smile. And I think that's a nice thing.
Beautiful. All right, well, let's move on to our last topic then, which is our content that you all are making, your OnlyFans pages and your whatever else is. Let's talk about them.
My OnlyFans is Natalia X Starr with 2 R's. If you want to subscribe, get your issue. It's only $5.99 a month.
We just posted a roommate video. It was really sexy.
Yeah, we're starting our sexy roommate series. So I'll be Sometimes we'll have guys over, fuck us, or sometimes just fuck each other, and we'll just keep updating to our OnlyFans. We just actually had a really cool fucking hot night the other night. We had a dick appointment. Our French daddy came over with his big old schlong.
He rocked our world.
He rocked our world. He fucked us for a couple hours, and then he left. Literally.
We like to fuck together. Like, for some reason, we're like a power team.
Yeah.
And we just
Well,
know.
you're both very tall, actually. So, like, Natalia's 5'8"ish, and she's the short one of the two.
She's 5'9".
But who doesn't want a blonde girl and a brunette girl on his dick? Like, I'm
Right.
pretty sure. And, like, they're best friends. Like, that's, like, every guy's
we're just,
dream.
like, sharing it. And I'm like...
Yeah, we love to share cock, so... Yeah, but my OnlyFans, if you guys would like to subscribe, it's Dana Wolf 69. So, yeah, I post a lot of masturbation.
Get to know us, like, personal level. I do a lot of, like, personal clips. So if you have a fetish and you want me to do something specific, you could tell me your dream and I'll fulfill it.
Is there female domination on these sites here? Because I don't like these things unless there's doms.
I just did
on
my
there.
first, like, dom scene. I had a little, like, flogger. I'm, like, whipping. I had my tall boots and my sexy little outfit. And I was just being a little bitch and telling people what to do and how to like, just tip me, you know.
She made fun of people with 9 to 5s. So if you have a 9 to 5 and you want to be made fun
Still
of,
wanna
watch
tip me.
that. She's like, you're working your 9 to 5 just so you could pay to watch me. I'm like, holy it. I'm like behind her, like helping record. I'm like,
Okay.
She's like, I felt that one, dude.
I did.
You're ready for mean bitches, then. You got this.
See, the thing is, okay, so to go back with your question, when I can be a bitch, but the thing is, I feel really uncomfortable doming men. I don't know why. I loved being dommed by men, but as soon as it's switched, I just feel like it's not in me. Like, I can't.
Can you dom women?
Yes, I love to dom women. I love to, like, gag a woman. Like, that's my thing. I like to be a sub to men and be a dom to women, and there's no switch for that, because when a girl tries to dom me, it freaks me out. Like, it's just, I'm not a switch.
Yeah.
I'm what I am. And, like, I hope being in porn as well will help me, evolve into, like, more of a, kind of all
like,
kind of around a girl.
How the way I came in the industry, you know how we have Pokemon, they start really small and then they evolve. This is different levels to it.
Yeah.
Well, I bragged to Natalia in a text the other day that I've spawned more doms than any other producer in this industry. And that's kind of what it takes, is that a lot of times I do. I start with the sub, and then I say, hey, let's start by understanding how you feel being the sub and what turns you on about it. And then understand that what you're going to do is turn on the guy. And then we go through, it takes me about 20 to 30 minutes before each scene to go through my list of all the tips on how to be a dom and what we're going to say and what we're going to do when we run out of things to say and what's the psychology of this and so on. And every girl, well, I can't say every, but almost every girl that works for me ends up at the end of the day going, yes, now you've transformed me. The monster has come out.
Oh, yeah, you got unleashed.
The crazy thing is, like, all of us, like, our fetishes have to do with psychology. Like,
Yes.
I was only in psych for 1 year of college, and, like, I swear, like, learning about people and the way that they think and the reason they think that way is so fucking interesting. Like,
Yes.
Do you have, and are there any, like, clubs over here in Vegas that do, like dom stuff? Like, I know there's, like, different, in LA, they had a bunch of, like, these clubs.
and Miami, too. I've been to, dom, like, dungeon, like, clubs and stuff. That's always so fun. It was a gay club.
So the problem with those clubs is it's a different type of thing than what, like, I'm trying to do in my videos, which is power exchange. Because in those clubs, you go and the power's already been exchanged. You walk in there and you're the sub, or you walk in there and you're the dom, and then you start with the activity that's mostly physical. In my videos, for example, we start with somebody who is a boss of the company and a secretary of the company, and the boss has the power and the secretary has to work for him. And then we're trying to show the psychology of how do we get that character, get that power moved from boss to secretary, so now all of a sudden the secretary is in charge, and what's the psychology that goes along with that, and how are we going to do it? Is it blackmail, or is it just some kind of a physical fetish that we're using to
really
arouse the guy?
That's very interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've done 2,000 scenes, and we're doing variations on the 10 or 12 different ways to do it, but
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about, is that I don't want to just show a video where a guy just bows down and kisses a girl's feet. That's what everybody else is making. Not to knock the other people out there making femdom, but there's a difference between that and showing the story of how this guy who was the boss suddenly, 20 minutes later is ashamed of himself and saying, how did I get into this position where my $5,000 suit is on the ground getting dirt all over it as she steps on me and I'm licking the bottom of her shoes. Like, what's the feeling associated with that?
I like that.
Because you connect more.
And I think having that acting role too might be really beneficial for me.
Exactly. Wow. It's acting. It's absolutely. I've had you on my list for a while. I think your look and your height.
She's super you could.
Yeah, that when I got into porn, I swear my first agent was like, "You're gonna be a dom," and I'm sitting there like, "Oh my god." But I feel with my height, my dark hair, my unique look, and just being that boss bitch, could help me with confidence.
Weird situations and the attitude needs to come out. You're you could turn that attitude on real quick, and you don't fuck with me. I will
Yeah.
But it's not fair what a lot of directors do to new talent, where they say, "Okay, I'm booking you for a dom scene." And action. Go ahead and tell that guy to kiss your feet. And it's like they didn't give you the preparation to play your character. It's simply a character like anything else. It's improvisational acting. And if they don't give you the whys... Exactly. If they don't give you those things, then how are you going to play your character?
Yeah, see, I did some foot fetish stuff when I first started. And I think that having to do that from the start and not really understanding it maybe made me uncomfortable with the whole situation. So if I had a scene where I fucking loved it and it was a great day, I think that I could totally switch, be a switch. And I think it's possible. And I don't want to completely rule it out of my career and my sexuality because, fuck it. I hate guys sometimes. Sometimes I just want to fucking slap them and, but as soon as I'm in that situation, I'm just I freeze and I'm like, whoa, he should be doing this to me. You know what I mean?
It's all about the director coming up with the right character for you to play. And not just trying to ram the square peg into the round hole or the...
Well, look out, guys. One of these days I'll be on Mean Bitches.
There you go. All right, speaking of URLs, let's give our social medias and our URLs of where people can buy our shit.
So we haven't made our podcast Instagram yet, but keep coming. Well, we'll do
follow our regular Instagrams.
So yeah, if you want to follow my Twitter is Natalia X Starr. So is my OnlyFans, Natalia X Starr. You just Google me, and it'll be easier for you to find it. And my Instagram is Natalia Land X. The one with a lot of followers is definitely me. Don't follow ones with no followers.
My Instagram is xdanawolfx, and then my Twitter is danawolfxxx. So go follow us. Look out for our podcast. We'll be posting it. We'll be teasing it.
We're also going to start making YouTube videos, so if you're interested in watching us do some fun stuff, we're going to do vlogs, we're going to do cooking shows, we're going to just do a bunch of fun stuff that we want to teach you guys.
That we love.
We're pretty cool, quirky people.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, everybody. Again, my Twitter is GlennKingXXX. That's GLENNKINGXXX. This has been another great episode. I love talking to you two. I can't wait to hear your podcast. We'd love to be on your podcast. If you're one of the many listeners who tuned into the show, who's not a regular listener, but you tuned in because you're a fan of Dana or you're a fan of Natalia, we need you to do us a favor, and that is hit the subscribe button. Become a subscriber. That helps me get advertisers for the podcast, and more advertisers means more podcasts and more guests and all kinds of great stuff. So please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you can, even give us a 5-star review and tell people how much
you think our pussies are 5 stars.
Then thank you. If you lasted this long, boy, you better be subscribing. If you're thinking hard by now, or vagina wet.
Yeah. There you go, everybody. All right. Thank you so much, Natalia Starr and Dana Wolf.